Yeah, I have to let people out because this doesn't work. There's a rod back here and a clip has broken, which holds it steady. So it's flexing too much now where it will not open the latch. So we're gonna use a zip tie for that because I could not find a clip. And then also, while we have all this apart, this window's been struggling to go up. So I got a new window regulator over here from Advanced Auto today. So we'll put that in as well. And then that way, my passengers can open their own door and roll the window up and down. Get your screwdriver or your power tool. You can take this screw out. And then we have some below it in the grab handle on the door. And I guarantee you there's one right behind this little cover. And there's one up here. We'll pop that off. It should pop the whole door panel off after that, but we'll find out. Yes, we can see it. Right here as well. Yeah, so it's a little bit valuable, so it's going to be this way up. There we go. So you can anywhere. So I'm turning it, but the reason the screwdriver keeps slipping out is I'm putting virtually zero pressure on it. So if I put pressure on it, it'll basically just push itself back in. Because plastic threads won't support a lot of force. So we're just going to be real gentle and have some patience. So there's a small recess right here. We're going to stick the tool in there. And hopefully, there we go, not too hard. I'm going to take the speaker off. Of course, be careful not to puncture the speaker. So I almost did there. Got away with it. Yeah, they should just...
Well, they pop off. My issue is knowing which one goes where.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, there's both.
No, okay, black one goes...
Black and gray.
Well, yeah, so black one goes towards the back.
Okay.
Because it's black and gray and black, so black is in the back. It's actually the second thing I've done electrically recently that's been the case. Very handy. All right, and then we got two additional screws, which actually, excuse me, three. 1, 2, and 3. This is also where if you have a pocket screwdriver, pocket flathead that has a magnet on the end, it's very helpful because then you can just grab the screws out. If you don't, in case you don't have a magnet on the end of your screwdriver already. This one's a little bit, it works, but it's a little bit weak. So, pro tip. Alright, so we got this off, and a lot of tutorials you'll find will just mention these 3 screws here, which are the 3 main ones. I guess depending on the year and whether or not the vehicle's been apart before, there may be 2 other screws, one here and one there, that are here and here, and actually from the back side. So just something to keep in mind. I mean, once it goes back together and these 3 main screws hold it together, it won't be an issue, but just something to look out for. Get a sharp yank, and now we'll need to get this moved. All right, so now this piece here has to come out, but it doesn't. You don't pry it out. You're going to take it and you're going to slide it forward, and then you're going to bring it down. And there's a clip in behind that we need to remove. So this will be a little bit hard to see. So right there, that's what we need to do. Is this needs to get pushed back. Let's see if I can get a flathead or some other type of tool. And we're just going to push it. I'm going to push from the bottom because the plastic's a bit thicker there. And then we do that, and then the rod can come up and off, and then the handle comes out, and then we have this connector here. We're simply going to put the screwdriver down so I don't accidentally stab the door panel while I'm putting pressure on that. And you just squeeze this clip down. If you can see that, you squeeze it down like that. It comes out. I'm going to set that aside in our parts pile, and then it would allow us to take the door panel the rest of the way off. Wow, that was easy.
How about that?
In order to avoid having to cut or tear the water shield here, I am going to remove this bracket. It's going to be important that the bracket is lined up correctly, or it won't fit the door panel quite right. But we'll just use the witness marks and get it as close as we can. Looks like it's fairly far back. See how it's further back on the end there and there. So now just put the screws with it, and then we should hopefully be able to take this off. There we go. Only a small tear at the end of there. And now, yeah, so this is the part that we were talking about that gets broken. Yeah. And it needs to be here. When it's down here, it doesn't do a whole lot. It has to be held up here, and so that's the clip that's broken. It would normally go in that hole there. So the clip here is broken, and normally it just attaches in one hole right here, the square hole. And so the question would be, how do I attach it when I only have one hole to put a zip tie through? So what we've done is we've put, hopefully you'll be able to see, we've got zip ties on the back. I might take one of them off, but what we're going to do is I'm going to feed this through here, and then it's going to make a U-turn, and see if I can get this to go where it needs to go. All I've just seen is probably a very edited clip of me getting it through that hole, but either way, now it's back around. So now it will have a much easier time. Okay, there we go. Just tighten up the ones in the back. Kind of hoping these would stack, but I think they're actually laying more next to each other than they're stacking, but it is what it is. It should still work. Alright, now the ideal way to do this would be with some flush cutters. We don't think we have any flush cutters. We're just going to use a pair of side cutters, but that should do it. So in addition to these zip ties we put here, this rod used to be perfectly straight through here, but instead we took a pair of pliers, grabbed it here, and we basically twisted it to put this kind of S-bend in it. And that has now made it so it works correctly, as you can now see.
Look at that. Perfection.
Excellent.
Yeah. Now for the window.
Alright, so we're going to put this in the on position without actually starting the vehicle. And then we'll roll the hood down. And then we can access a 10mm there and a 10mm over this way as well. What you'll need is a 10mm. I'm using an extension and a power ratchet. Of course, a set of hand tools will work fine as well. But that out. There. Set it right there. I'm going to hold my hand on the glass. The other one's over here. Oops, speaker wire is a little bit in the way there. And now the glass should be free. It is. So now what we'll usually do is take some tape and we'll tape the window up. Alright, now that it's taped up, we can begin servicing the window regulator. Take these out for the motor here, and these should probably be roughly the same. Looks like the ones that for the window are just a little bit shorter. The one on the right there is a little bit shorter than the one that's for the regulator, so make sure you keep those separate. plug that. So hopefully this will come off in one piece. Get a trim popper. See what I can do with it. It worked. Didn't work perfectly, but it worked. There's definitely something holding on to this. I'm not 100% sure what it is. Oh, it's right here. So there's another clip here for the harness that you'll need to remove so you can get the regulator all the way out. There we go. So there it is. Not on this particular one, but on some vehicles, like old Ford vehicles, there'd be a really heavy spring in here, and you want to be really careful that you don't let it close on your fingers. But not an issue with this one. We're just gonna get it swapped over and move on. All right, so technically you don't have to remove them all the way to take it out, but it does help to leave these in and leave these slightly loose, about the width, or at least the width of the sheet metal here, because the way you do it, you put it in here like this. And then it comes up here, and I gotta kind of stick my head back here so I can find it again. So it goes through there, and then find the other end of it. There we go, like that. Hope you can see that. It slides down and it holds it for you, just like that. So now it's in place. We'll have to tighten up the rest of the bolts, but everything's at least kind of roughly aligned for us. So very handy little trick. So on our new one, this piece is black. And as you can see, there's a threaded hole here. There's a threaded hole here. There's this extra piece here. Flip it over. You can see how that kind of forms a stopper. Right? So if we flip it back, you can see that this end, it's a little tricky to see, but there's a witness mark right here. And that is going to line up with this right here. Okay. So that means that the side with the extra hole in it, right there, is going to be over here. So let me go ahead and get some bolts in that really quick. So you get one threaded in here, and then you're going to kind of have to pull on the regulator a little bit to get it to turn. I don't know if you saw that or not, because you see it move past the hole. So you have to do a little bit of finagling with it to get it to line up correctly. So that should be in there right now. And then it should be able to just tighten this down. That one. That one. That. Now, we are going to, before we put the panel back together, we're going to test to make sure it goes up and down smoothly, because in case this is shifted slightly or needs to be shifted slightly, we want to do that before we put the panel back on and find that it's too tight. So now, the product that we got does come with this extra red clip on the harness here, which we actually damaged a little bit. We're taking it apart. So we need to get this out all the way. So we'll do that real quick. All right, so got that out. So we're going to take that and we're going to install it. Probably be easier to install the connector together there, clip the connector together, push that into the door, and then there's going to be another part right here, which we took off previously from the other one, and we're going to try to get that through the hole there. That'll hold the harness from getting caught on the regulator when it moves up and down. And now also another thing, this slide does slide back and forth, it does have some play in it. So make sure, obviously, when you're installing it, that it doesn't get in your way, and that it's lined up correctly for when we go to put the window on, which we'll go ahead and do that now. So we're just going to, you will almost certainly get some sort of handprint or fingerprints on the window, but that's what glass cleaner is for, so it won't be a big deal ultimately. Yeah. As you can see, I'm over here hulking out of my gloves. I do recommend wearing gloves for this though, because there are a lot of sharp edges in these doors, and you will cut yourself a lot if you don't. So now we're going to come down with it. Oh, we do need to cut these actually. So we're trying to trim these zip ties so they don't interfere. So we've got the phone here so we can see what we're doing. And in lieu of a mirror. So technology. All right, so as we're lowering the glass down, I'm also, one thing, I'm keeping some tension backwards on the glass. Like I'm not just holding it, I'm also pushing backwards slightly. The same thing when I raise it. Otherwise it can try to move and come out of the window, the window run channel. So now we're gonna get this right here. You can see how it lines up there. So remember, it's the shorter screws. And also, this is probably not the kind of thing you want to do with a power tool if you don't want your window to be broken. Now, another thing we can also do is we can put these screws in, kind of like we did with the motor. If I can get my fingers to work and I can get this started in here. So get that one started, and then get the other one on the other side, which of course is going to be the same sort of deal. Which is going to be the same sort of deal. I'm going to slide that out of my way and just get this screw started, or this bolt started in here. Kind of like how we did with these over here. We're just going to start it a few turns so it can't fall out. And then we can lower the glass down into place, and we should be able to. There, so I got that one on. And then this one over here. So I got it in there. And I can just slide it back into position. And now, just so it doesn't move on me, I'm going to tighten this by hand real quick with this, just the extension. You can see there's no ratchet on here because I don't want to use a power ratchet on this, potentially break the glass, put too much torque on it. But we will snug these down with a hand ratchet here in a moment.
Perfection.
Very nice. Make sure you tighten these up just a hair. There's also kind of a pro tip if you've got zip ties that you've cut and now they're, as long as they're still a little bit exposed on the end there, you can grab a pair of pliers and get them to tighten up that way a little bit. So we'll just trim off the ends again. All right, so window goes down nice and smooth, goes up nice and smooth. Excellent. Now, as you can see, we've got it back together. It is a little bit tricky to get that purple clip that's on this handle that we showed you during the removal process. A little bit tricky, which is why I didn't film it. Getting it back on, it was a lot of prying and fighting with it to get it to go on now, because it's effectively shorter than it would have been before because we put that bend in it over here. So a little bit of a fight, but it's on there now, so we're good. And now we're just going to reassemble everything and we'll show you the finished product. All right, now we've gone out to get some food and we're going to see if, oh yeah, opens great.